Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Southpaw, Jane. Wait a few more minutes before I get started here and see if we can get some more people on here. Some very interesting things are going on out here in the Atlantic. Big D, uh, I would be done with YouTube on the 1st of the month, 1st of October. Hey, Slayer. Bubba. Hey, how you doing? So for those watching me on YouTube, I will stop streaming on YouTube because of some conflicts. Uh, the 1st of October. So 5 more days on YouTube, and then you gotta switch over to Twitch. And if you have any problems switching over to Twitch, you can send me a message on Facebook. So as you can see on the ticker at the bottom of the screen, uh, Tropical Storm Jerry is post-tropical. That thing is defunct. Yeah, YouTube has really screwed things up for a lot of people over there. Their new logarithms and everything, and their forms for people being able to donate to me. Uh, yeah, it's stupid. It's horrible. Oh, you don't use Facebook? Big D there on YouTube. Are you using your phone or a computer? Hey, Raven. If you're using your phone, you can get the app for Twitch and use that to watch. It's free. If you're using a computer, just go to the website. Hey, Spy. But if you use your computer, Big D, just go to twitch.tv slash BGreatWX. And you'll see a follow button. You can hit that, create an account. It's free. And you can set it up to where you'll get notifications whenever I go live. And it's more reliable. So, when will we control the weather? If I had that answer, I'd be rich. I don't think I want to go there. Weather is a phenomenal thing. To control it, to satisfy everybody, that's kind of, I don't know, that could be dangerous. Now, to be reasonable, one way we can control the weather to a point is a big topic right now, climate change. Um, lot of people are really discussing how climate change is affecting us all. Yeah, it's affecting everybody. I mean, just look at some of our storms over the past 20, 30 years and see how much worse they are getting. Yeah, Southpaw, that would start a world war. Everybody wants to control the weather for their own benefit. It'd be nice if we could slow down the billions and billions of dollars of damage that these storms are causing. Um, but we can do that if all the countries agree to change their habits of affecting the climate change. Yeah, that's what's going on. Slayer is much stronger. Not only hurricanes. I mean, just look at this tropical storm that hit Texas. For some areas, it was more flooding than what Hurricane Harvey was 2 years ago. So, and that was just a tropical storm. But I think it was horrendous. I mean, there was an area there between Beaumont, Texas, and Houston, got over 43 inches. Thanks, Big D. Yeah, come on over here to Twitch. We have a lot more fun over here. It's more reliable too. So, like I say, there's a lot of things that a lot of people could do uh, to help climate change for the better. And Amazon is, excuse me, is talking about on their delivery vehicles, they're going to go all electric over the next 5 or 6 years. I think by 2025, they're going to have all electric. And we're hoping that other major companies will, start taking part and doing the same kind of things. Now, a lot of people complain about these windmills. That is helping to decrease our pollution imprint on the climate. And I totally disagree. I mean, when I lived up in Northwest Ohio, we had over 100 windmills in the county. And one farmer said he couldn't sleep at night. He said the thing was making too much noise. I went and drove up to more than one of them while it was spinning, as close as I could get to it, closer than what this guy's house was. And I couldn't even hear it. And more of these are being put out overseas, and over the oceans, open waters, away from communities where there's more wind anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, he just didn't like it, and he didn't own the farmland. For the farmers that own the land, they got a great big incentive to have that put up. Oh Lord, got to clear my throat here. they were well reimbursed, and it doesn't take that much property for a windmill as opposed to solar panels. Not too awful far away from me, up here in Richmond, Indiana. Hey, Doc, there's a whole bunch of these solar panels being put up. And
severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Cochise County in southeastern Arizona.
And you put up them solar panels, nobody can do anything with that property because they sit pretty low to the ground. So I think windmills are better because they have a small footprint on the property, and all the business in is way up high, over 100 feet, several hundred feet sometimes. And the farmers can still farm around them, where solar panels you can't. So there's my input. So only 22 viewers. Oh my gosh. I must be getting boring. But as you can see on the ticker at the bottom of the screen, Tropical Storm Karen, this thing has got a lot of meteorologists confused. All your friends, but both of them were busy. Yeah, they could be distracted by Nathan. But Tropical Storm Karen, 40 mile per hour winds, 1,004 millibars, moving north-northeast at 14 miles per hour. This thing is not well formed at all. And there's some crazy things that's going to happen over the next several days. But let's go ahead and mention Lorenzo. That's a hurricane at 90 mile per hour winds. Not expected to weaken either. And pressure at 978 millibars. And it's moving west-northwest at 18 miles per hour. That's going to stay out over the ocean. But you can see that over to the right there on the infrared satellite. It's a pretty healthy hurricane. It's pretty to look at. But let's go ahead and let's look at this cone for Karen. I've never dated a girl named Karen. Look at that goofy cone. It's going to stay tropical storm. Ain't that crazy? That's one of the oddest looking cones that I've seen since I've been doing this. But there has been a couple of hurricanes that made a loop like this that were pretty devastating. Just wait, Jane. We'll get one named after you. Let's go ahead and look at the interactive site here. Look how this thing's going to do a loop-de-loop. Going to come up here and go around and come back. Now, there's so much uncertainty on this. And if you notice on the previous cone, let's go back to that. The part of the cone with the dotted lines, that is very, very uncertain. I tell you what, I'm scared to death of a hurricane named Becky, the Banhammer. That one could be a real, you know what I mean? I don't think she's on here. The dotted lines and that is really uncertain, and there's a bunch of reasons for this. Let me see if I can bring something up here. This might be easier to draw on and show you what I mean. Now, these highs and lows on this page are not up to date yet. But what I want to show you, let's move this around over here. For the longest time, the last few weeks, we've had this high pressure dome all over the east and causing a lot of temperatures. Well, that's due. Hey, Rippy, man, you need to come over to Twitch. 5 days, and I won't be streaming after that. Anyway, we got this high pressure that's been dominating the east. This is going to slide off to the east, okay? Now we got Karen down here. We've got another high pressure ridge that's over in the eastern Atlantic. So there's a short window right now with this ridge. There's a short window, which, by the way, this is Jerry. No worries there. But we got this short window, and this is what's pulling Karen north. That's what's pulling Karen north right now. But what's going to happen is this high over here, as it shifts east, that's going to block. It's going to block this area right here. So, me and Nathan had a discussion last night. He seems to think, okay, this blue line up here, that's cold front. He thinks this front's going to come down and help push Karen to the east. Well, there's two factors here. This high pressure dome that's been in the east, does it weaken? If it weakens, then yeah, I can see that. But if it moves on over in here and blocks that opening, Karen has only one way to go, and that's this direction. It's going to go west. It's going to have to. But that's the reason why it's going to come up like this and kind of loop. And that's going to take several days. And that's all because of this high is going to start moving. If it weakens down, though, then Karen's got a chance to push on out to sea. Well, depends on the model, Slayer. Most of the models are having that loop. This may be a little hard to see here. But most of the models are agreeing that it's going to do like that. And that's all going to be because this high pressure here shifting to the east. And once it does, it's going to block that from going any further. And then, like I say, there's another high pressure dome out here. So that's what's going to cause this to stop up in here. And look at the time frame. You know, here's today, Thursday. It's up here. And then here's Friday and Saturday. It's going to go up here and meander. And then take that track to loop around and start coming back west. So it's going to all depend on what that high pressure does, what this front does. It's going to depend on exactly how this thing tracks. Now, I'm not getting updates every 3 hours because right now there is no watches or warnings out for any tropical storms. So they're back to their old schedule. But let's go back here to the satellite and let me switch over to water vapor. This is very interesting to look at. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't get paid. No, actually, in my opinion, as of right now, I don't really see. It's just too early to tell. But what I want to point out, I'm only a weather analyst, man. I'm not a meteorologist. Wish I was. But I want to pause this. Now, like I talked about last night, was this low that's up here to the north. Well, that's further up north. And how it's causing this dip in the jet stream. And then we've got a front right across. Whoops. Let's go to the right colors here. We got a cold front right across there. So, does that front weaken the high? Possible. It's possible. That's what Nathan's thinking. Nathan's thinking that this cold front, which you can see the clouds, the moisture out ahead of it, that it's going to weaken this high that's out here. Now, there's something else interesting that I want to point out. Look at this brown. That's dry air. Which, by the way, that is not Karen. But it is a very strong upper level low. Karen is over here. So you've got the counterclockwise motion of this upper level low. Now that's helping to take Karen north. But that dry air, look at that dry air. What's that going to do to it? It's going to weaken it. Especially if it comes up and loops back to the west. Now it's pretty uncommon this time of year to see that much dry air in that location. So here we've got dry air. We got an upper level low that's steering it. we've got this high pressure ridge, and we got a cold front. Those are all steering factors. Which one dominates? That's the unknown at this point. It's too early to tell. I could say I'll know more what's going to happen after it's all gone. Hindsight. But right now, it's just too many unknowns. There's too many steering factors involved. With the dry air, that is going to weaken it if it comes back west. So how strong would it be if it came towards Bahamas? The models are showing it's not going to be very strong at all. Well, I would say armchair meteorologists, but I don't have any armchair. I'm a pillow meteorologist since I do this from my bed. But how's this cold front going to affect it? How's this trough coming down here over the next week? How's that going to affect it? I know how it's going to affect me. It's going to bring my temperatures down. Bedside Barry. That's funny, Doc. It's the truth. But it's still funny. Oh. And then, what's this high pressure ridge here? Is it going to weaken? It's going to stay strong? Is it going to block it? Too many unknowns. Too early. I mean, man, this thing's going to need meander up there from Thursday till Saturday. So I got plenty of time to try to get it right. By the way, here's Lorenzo. It's definitely going to be moving into some warm waters, and I'll show you that here in a bit. So warmer waters means yes, it could strengthen. But with that dry air, when it makes that turn, there goes, it getting stronger. Let me switch to infrared here. Now, if that dry air moves out and it makes that loop-de-loo and comes back west over them warmer waters, yes, it will strengthen. But there's Hurricane Lorenzo. Pretty healthy looking. Now I want to show you guys something else. I took some videos of the satellite. Let me bring them up here. Here's the first one. This gives you some visible satellite. There you can see Lorenzo off to the west, or off to the east. And you can see what's left of Jerry. If you can see my pointer. Watch this area right here. That's what's left of Jerry. It's still a low pressure spin, but all the storms are blowed way away from it. Cute little cinnamon bun. Now, the next one I want to show you is, for one, this upper level low. That's right there. And this is Karen over here. Karen's not well organized at all. That's some pretty cool satellite, though. Now, is Jerry going to affect this? No, I don't. I don't foresee that happening. It probably has kind of messed up some of the waters. Let's go to tropical tidbits forecast. Hurricane. Karen, look at the thermodynamics. As you can see, the green, that's a lot colder water, and the further south you go, the warmer it gets. And let me move this ahead. There's Jerry kind of disappearing. Or no, that is Karen. This area right there, that's where Karen is. Look at some of the soundings there. But if it goes too far north, and it kind of will, it's getting up in this yellow shaded area, that's cooler waters than just down here in the red and purples. But then as it meanders, if you can see it there, kind of meanders and then starts wanting to move west. At that point, it will move into warmer waters again. But there's something else going on. Remember last night I said with Jerry, which Jerry is, there's Jerry. Notice all the storms well over here, way away from it. Wind shear. So there's another factor with Karen. How much does wind shear going to play? Well, thanks, Southpaw. I mean, we do have this front, and like I said, the jet stream is going to dip down and go up. That's going to bring stronger upper level winds. How far south does this trough go? The trough is a dip in the jet stream. If it comes pretty far south,
9:00 p.m.
Yeah, I know what time it is. But that could help to create more wind shear. Let's go back to water vapor. I don't want to put this in motion. Notice this other area. That's all part of the jet stream right here. I'm talking about this area right here. And we're going to have this trough coming down. So how much wind shear does this thing end up getting, from this direction? Could it blow away all the storms like what happened to Jerry? That's a good possibility. Good possibility. Too far away to tell. We don't know at this point how far south this trough's actually going to go. So, steering mechanisms and effects. You got the dry air. You got this upper level low on the west side of it. You got the high pressure ridge. Does it weaken? Does it move on out over the ocean and block it? How far south does this front come and create a jet stream that takes it back over the ocean? All these are critical factors. And even if the jet stream doesn't shove it east because that high pressure ridge blocks it, how much does the upper level jet winds shear the top off of it, just like Jerry? Stay tuned. That's all. That's about all I can say. These storms this year is so freaking wacky. I mean, look at Dorian. I mean, that thing was about impossible to forecast and long term. Imelda. I mean, I even forecasted that to be nothing but a lot of rain. I was right, but I didn't think it would cause over 43 inches of rain there in Texas. It moved slow enough that it stayed over the warm waters, which, like I've told you in the past few months, the Gulf of Mexico is like super warm waters. And when it slowed down before it made landfall there at Freeport, it had enough time over those warm waters to really get a lot stronger. And that was not forecasted at all by me or anybody else. We didn't think that it would produce the kind of rainfall that like near Houston, 9-10 inches an hour or hour and a half. So these storms this year are just nuts. Sort of like my ex-wife. No, I'm just kidding. She's a lovely mother. Okay. So, what's up next? Well, let's stop this. What's happening in Arizona? Good golly, we got another severe warning. They're having a really late evil berry. I'm not evil. Maybe a little. But Arizona is having a really late monsoon season. And I want to show y'all something. Yeah, that's true, Doc. Let me get the satellite back on here. I'm going to turn the radar up a minute and put this in motion. Now, I can't remember the names. I think one of them was Mario. I can't remember the name of the other one that was there in the Pacific, down there around Baja, like a week or two ago, when I wasn't around. Anyway, a few days back in Arizona, they had tons of severe warnings and tornado warnings there in Arizona. The Phoenix area was their first tornado warning in 1,170 some days for Phoenix. And there was a tornado that touched down not far from Phoenix. So look at this spin. Let's go back full screen. Look at this spin. Now, the one a few days back was the hurricane that was way down south that turned into tropical storm, depression, and fed a bunch of moisture up there. I think this is the remnant of Mario that was not far away. Yeah, Big D over there on YouTube. Yeah, it was like, I think it was around 30 miles from downtown Phoenix. It was in one of the suburbs or something like that. Yeah, I seen the video. So anyway, I think this spin here is what's left of Hurricane Mario that kind of took the same path as the one before it. So it's bringing a lot of moisture up here. And we'll switch over infrared. And there's been several severe warnings. Hey, Kenneth. Today, in the far southeast corner of California and the southwest Arizona area. And there you can really see that spin. Now, the green boxes that you see pop up, those are flash flood warnings. The yellows are severes. So, thanks to two tropical storms, the monsoon season got re-energized for Arizona. Now I'll go ahead and pop off the satellite and bring up the radar and let it load up and put it in motion here. So usually I think it's May, June, July is Arizona's strongest monsoon season, which was pretty weak this year. It does go for another month or two, if I'm not mistaken. But now it's getting re-energized. I mean, look down here in the southeast corner, you actually see a severe box and all this moisture coming up out of Mexico as that low pressure system is still spinning. So that's pretty cool. I have seen some amazing pictures and video come out of Arizona during monsoon season. It's just amazing out there. I want to go. It's on my bucket list. So maybe someday. A good friend of mine, Carrie Hutchins, also known as Doc, Carrie Doc Hutchins, lives there in the Phoenix area. And he's invited me out for years, and I've never made it out there during monsoon season. He hasn't been active that much over the last couple years. He's been pretty busy. Great guy, great photographer and videographer. Man, he's got some great videos and pictures of the monsoons out there over the last several years. And I've helped him on radar before, and I tell you what, that's a different critter running radar for Arizona. I haven't helped him in the last couple years, but I miss that. It's just really cool to see haboobs, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a big sandstorm, a dust storm, and I can actually see those on radar on my analyst. The same setting that I used to see debris signature on tornadoes, I can actually put that in motion, and I can see the sandstorm moving. Haboob. Put a B on the end of that. It's like, ha! A boob. Breast. Get my drift. Don't ask me where that name come from, but every time Jane got blocked on that, I'll let it loose. There's how it's spelled. Jane, it popped up and said, you can't put that word on there. But every time I think of that, I think, ha, boob. I'm a guy. What can I say? You're a huge supporter. You go around and hold them up, Doc. Well, I got two of them too. You ain't holding mine up, Doc. Oh, Lordy. What a night. So, folks, oh, Lordy. Y'all something else. That's pretty much all I got tonight. And we'll have to wait and see how this thing goes. All going to get banned. Well, Becky's not here. Don't worry about it.
Severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Independence County in north central Arkansas, southwestern Jackson County in eastern Arkansas, north central White County in central Arkansas.
Can you all hear that? For the longest time, I had that volume turned off where y'all couldn't hear it. That's there in Arkansas. Could you hear my GR Earth giving you the warning? I could hear it in my headphones. Y'all should have been able to hear that. That was not my voice. That was Windows 10. Now, GR Earth was really annoying. Was when the stock setting would announce a tornado warning. It had a siren at the beginning, and it was so loud that it just blew your ears off. I changed that, and that is my voice that says tornado warning, and then it'll read off the actual warning on its own. That is GR Earth, one of the Gibson Ridge products that I use. And I get those warnings pretty quick. Right now, that is the only severe warning in the U.S. There's 3 flash flood warnings, but I don't have that turned on where it reads those. Yeah, Slayer, when she uses GR Earth, there's only one other person that I know that knows how to fix that siren, and because that gets annoying. It'll blow your eardrums off, man. Yeah, Kelly used that. I just found out last year how to change the file. And there's a script, a programming script that I had to go in and edit it. And then I just recorded my own voice saying tornado warning instead of that siren. That siren is just like, it's a killer. Let's see here. That's the siren. That gets annoying. Oh. Yeah, I do too, Jane. I'm fired. Now, since there's no tornado warnings, I'll play you what it says now.
Tornado warning. Tornado warning.
That is my voice.
Tornado warning.
Not as grating as that stupid siren. Now, at first, I added that wave file for the siren and lowered the volume, but I leave GR Earth running 24/7, and so I got tired of that damn thing waking me up in the middle of the night. I'd be sound asleep and that siren would go off and just scare the you know what right out of me. So I got rid of it. So folks, that's all I've got, man. It's been fun tonight. Y'all made me laugh. Now I got boobs on the brain. So thanks everybody for joining me, and we'll keep you up to date when I find out more about Karen. So y'all have a good night. We'll catch you on the next broadcast.